And let me go into Procreate here. And again, this is just plugged in via USB. Ecamm sees it as sort of another device that you can choose a scene from, which is really cool. But if I go over here and hover near where it says go live, I'll teach you how to go live in just a minute. But I can add a picture in picture. So here where it says hello USB, I can click this little plus symbol here, and now it adds that little picture of me on the bottom left-hand side. Where it says go live, hopefully you can see me waving right now, which is really cool. I can add that to my computer if I want to. I can play there. See, I have it there, and then also just my regular default view. And again, you can
Going on, no? I can't hear you. I can't even hear you. Going on.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Yeah, I can hear you now too. You live?
Yeah, I went live. I wanted to see something, but it's like on YouTube, it's lagging compared to just regular Zoom.
Really?
Yeah.
It's probably yeah, it's gonna do that because even some platforms will be like it's gonna lag a little bit. But let me check on my YouTube to see if it's lagging right now.
And then the thing is, you had when you had put it together, you did my face instead of the logo.
Really?
Yeah, you had did it under my face instead of the logo. Because when I tried to do my face, when I tried to do the logo, it actually said that I need 24 hours.
Oh,
but
that's weird because I made sure I clicked on the Nine Clouds Films one to make sure like it would work.
I don't know. YouTube must have messed that up. So I'm gonna have to try to do the same thing. With that one.
All right.
Everything's good.
All right. I don't see it's live now. It's good, but on here it don't show that it's live. It don't show on YouTube that we're live.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's because it's under my name.
Oh, it's under your name?
Yeah, instead of the Nine Clouds Films.
That's weird because I made sure that we fixed it. But oh yeah, I see it. We live.
Yeah, we'll fix it. It's a work in process because I was trying to get this going, but now I'm trying to get the podcast look going. So I'm trying to figure out like spacing and lighting. Trying to do it after work is pretty tough trying to put it together because even like today, I have to, we can't be on it for too long. I got to be done by like 6:30 because I have to go take care of something. But I'm definitely looking forward to like spacing because I've been looking at a bunch of videos and trying to like figure out some stuff, even some other things, other ways to do podcasting, OBS and all this other stuff. Because I want to use my regular camera instead of the computer camera. But man, I am definitely not a techie because I haven't figured it out yet. I bought all this stuff because I have bought. This is the camera that I have bought. So I bought this and had all the power so I could so I don't have to worry about the battery dying. But trying to connect it to those systems, it's pretty tough. I've downloaded the programs, but it's just not it's not finding my camera. So I saw another video last night that was saying like Mac has there's like a device that basically when you plug it into the computer, the Mac computer, it will just automatically notices as a webcam. So I'm probably gonna end up buying that.
Webcam?
Huh? What's the question?
If you want, I could try to look into it, see like what's the issue. See if like the software, maybe it's the software that's having a problem or something. But before you go buying something, I'll look.
Oh no, I'm gonna still try, because that piece costs $135.
It's too expensive.
Just for like one little piece, and all the programs that I downloaded, they're free.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I've been trying all types of stuff.
Yeah, you have to look into that to fix it. I don't know what's the issue.
Yeah, I'm just not a techie guy. That's the issue.
Yeah, we need a tech guy. And so we soon go on. In what, 5 minutes?
5 minutes.
Hold on, freaking headphones fell. So we're gonna go over those 5 questions, right?
It's 4 questions, I believe.
4? Let me see.
Yeah, I'm looking at it's 4.
It's 4. Yeah, we're gonna go with those 4.
Yeah, well, Maria's not feeling well, so
Yeah,
she might not get on.
that's unfortunate. Hope she get better though.
Yeah, I mean, every time I hear somebody not feeling well, I get kind of nervous.
Or
Crazy times.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
I just can't wait for it to be over. Like I'm just so tired of being home for too long.
Yeah, my father-in-law actually, he works in a nursing home, and this guy,
Yeah.
I guess this guy, found out that he was positive, and he committed suicide. I think you froze. You're like freezing up. Nah.
Computer audio. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you now.
I can hear you now. Yeah, I don't know, because I connected my AirPods and then it started acting up.
Yeah, I'm like, man, it's like if that's gonna be your fate, I mean that's your fate, but don't put it upon yourself to.
Take your own life.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
it's just crazy.
I just found out recently that my uncle had it, but like he's feeling better now. Luckily, I didn't know he had it, but
They said from the beginning that it's gonna happen to everybody, so it's like you just gotta,
find a way to get better.
You need to do to make sure that you're okay. I mean, wash your hands.
Yeah.
Just keep clean. That's all.
Wear gloves if you have to. Wear a mask.
Exactly.
Especially now, I definitely wear. Everywhere I go, I gotta wear a mask now. I ain't playing no games.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on, I'll be
Some
back.
people,
My pops is calling me. Like, and I've gone Facebook, yeah, but
Hey, Kirsten, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Pretty good. Can't complain.
Nice. I like your setup.
Well, I was just telling that it's still a work in progress. I still gotta figure things out. I actually bought a blue background. I kind of wanted to kind of mimic. I don't know if you ever watched this guy called Indie Mogul. Just a guy that does it teaches people how to do setups. Has industry standard people come in and show him like what they use and what people that are just starting out what they should use. There's a whole bunch of stuff. I watched like three guys that give pretty good information.
Is it just like a pop-up? Is it like a big screen that you twist down into like 8 parts and then it pops up?
So this right here?
Blue backdrop. No, the blue screen that you're talking about.
Oh no, it's just like this. It's just a backdrop.
Okay, cool. I have a blue. I was just wondering because I have a blue backdrop I do for self tapes.
I mean, I'd rather wall, but the backdrop will be fine.
Yeah, absolutely. That's cool. I like it.
And then I was telling that a lot of the programs that I've been trying to use so I can stream through my camera instead of the computer, having a hard time. I'm not a computer person, so.
Well, how does that work? Don't you just connect your camera to the computer and stream from that point?
No, if you're going live, no. There's other portals that you need to go through.
Oh, I would think it would just be an HDMI cable and like specify what your camera is.
So this is the camera. So this is a DSLR camera. So in order to do that, you would need other programs and other gadgets and all types of stuff. But I found a bunch of cheaper ways, but it's just not finding my camera. Because there's like an easy way where it'll cost like $135. But I was like, okay, if I found free ways, why spend $135?
Yeah.
Did you get the gimbal?
No, not yet. I need to check it out.
the sign checking Facebook box, so they're like, don't need the Facebook, so they're not signing, so they're like, you're not searching shit.
I like that he has his hand over the camera, or so it looks like it.
No, actually, that's the plain wall.
Is it?
How was your week, Kirsten?
It's been okay. Yesterday was a really long day for me. I didn't go to bed until 2 a.m. I had like projects that I was doing. It's been great. I've been editing films for work, so I was editing stuff until about 9:30 last night, and then I had a couple PR things to look over and try and do a take on those, and just like redraft them a little bit. And then I had a self tape that I needed to get in ASAP, and so I went to bed at 2 a.m.
Okay.
Yeah, which is fine, which like would have been fine normally, but I haven't been sleeping well this week, so it's just like compounded on top of that. So yeah, I'm tired. How are you doing?
I'm pretty good. I've been pretty busy at work. We actually had at one point for 2 weeks straight, we were doing like just a couple days out of the week, and then we'll be off. So I guess work is picking up in the hospital. So we're going back. We started back Monday through Friday on Wednesday. So
in hospital or remote?
Oh no, still home from home.
Nice. Okay, that's nice. I'm actually like, I don't mind working remote at all. It actually offers a lot of perks. It would be great to be able to go outside without a mask on in a thoughtful and considerate way. But right now it doesn't seem like there is a way to do that. But the thought of having to like go back into an office and ride the subway, it's just like, oh, it's just going to like spike again, and
yeah,
just see how that goes.
Yeah, I'm thinking about, we're trying to figure out a way to drive in instead of taking the train. I definitely don't want to go back to the train. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out ways to go to work.
Yeah. I think I'll probably do city bike, which will be fantastic because it'll be like a morning and afternoon workout, but I'll just have to plan
Yeah.
for it and head out earlier. And then on rainy days, yeah, it'll be interesting to see.
You got to pack
Oh.
up those Clorox wipes as well. So
Yeah, I
you'll be-
guess so. Wipe
be-
down everything.
Yeah.
Oh, it's all good. What projects have you been working on or writing, or what have you been?
So right now I'm trying to finish up the 2 shorts that I've been doing. So once I'm done that, I definitely I want to keep it going because I have Maria working on a part of it and also Faye.
Nice.
I kind of want to have everybody eventually do it because I mean the goal the thing is my character is everyone trying to get into my house because I have I have a bunch of food, I have a bunch of toilet paper, and everyone else is out because I don't know if you've watched the news. I guess a lot of these factories are shutting down because a lot of the things aren't being utilized and a lot of food is going to waste.
Well, actually, something that's been interesting in my role, I've been like listening to. No, I'm like, oh, I don't know if I should say this, but I've had an opportunity to listen into some very interesting conversations that are, top level about how the whole, like, from start to finish, how it goes from the orchard to the retailer. And so it's been really fascinating to listen, but sorry, I cut you off.
No, that's exactly like what, that I've been trying to figure out, like, because, once you hear that factories are shut down when it comes to food, then it seems like it's getting more serious. And that's like scary because then that's when bad things start happening.
Well, I wonder if they're shutting down because actually what's happened, so in March, at least from the information I'm privy to or I'm aware of, what happened was in March, there was huge stock loading. So people were trying to fill their pantries with food and they were prepping for advance. And then what we saw in April was that people aren't shopping in grocery stores. And so there's actually been a decline in in-store purchasing. There's just been a decline in purchasing of like processed foods overall. And there's been an uptick in fresh fruits and vegetables. And so there's a shift. So I'm curious to see, and I'm sure there are multiple facets that I don't actually have the insight to, but I would be curious to see if it's also that there was this huge demand in March. Some production or some companies weren't able to get their production or their deliveries up to in line for it. And then what the reverse was in April, that they no longer had that demand. And so also there's been personnel who haven't been wanting to show up to, or who haven't been able to show up to work. So like 30% decline in personnel. So yeah, it's interesting. There are so many different factors at play. So what I'm saying is, some companies might be reducing their production, but it doesn't necessarily mean that there'll be, I'd be curious to see if that's because there's a surplus and there just isn't a need for production because they tried to ramp up right at the beginning of this and now they have a surplus. And so the best thing to do is to off production until the surplus is consumed. That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
I don't know though.
Well, we don't know anything right about now, but there's promising news that there's a cure or they found a vaccine that's been working.
Have you tried it yet?
Say again?
Have you tried it?
I'm not gonna try it till millions of people try it and then I see what happened to them. They grow an extra limb or anything like that, then we know that I'll wait for the next round.
Hi, hi, Wayne.
Hey, what's going on? Sorry, I'm late.
Good. Word, my parents, they don't know how to work technology, so I had to help them out real quick.
Oh, it's such a good son, helping out.
I try to be.
How are things going? Wayne, where in the world are you? Are you in New York? Are you in New
No,
Mexico?
I'm in New York. Yes, I am. I guess fortunately, I guess. So yeah, just chilling. I don't know what I missed. I don't know if we went through the questionnaires or we just introducing ourselves.
We didn't
I'm Wayne.
Nah.
miss anything yet.
Yeah, ain't missed nothing yet.
No, I'm good in the good
Good
old
guy.
Bronx, nice and secluded.
We're the good old BX.
Yeah.
Yo, how's it over there? Cause like it's been an ice box in my crib the past few days.
I don't know, but I saw that it's gonna be 70 degrees for the next 3 days. I was like,
Really?
oh,
Yes.
yes. I was like,
Oh,
wow, 70 degrees. I'm about to
That's a
run.
good and bad thing because everybody's gonna try to run outside and
No, I'm just gonna run around the block, man. I'm just gonna work out because I need some sun. Like this rain, it's like not only the weather's whack, it's just the situation's whack. The weather's whack on
Yeah.
top.
Yup. Been rough.
That's funny. Yeah, what what are the questions for today?
so all right, so then we could start. I'm gonna have you start out, Kirsten. So the first question is, when was the first time you knew you wanted to be an actress?
Oh, I love that. The first memory I have on stage, I was, I think, 4. It was a dance recital. And I feel like I've told the story a lot, so forgive me if I've told it to you guys. And so it was fantastic. I could do the splits. Like, when some people are just born with natural gifts, one of my natural gifts was being able to do front flips and the splits. And I can't do front flips anymore, and I can just kind of hold on to the splits. But so my dance teacher asked, can anybody do the splits? And it's like, I can. And I ran just up to the front of the class and slid into the splits. She's like, fantastic. Okay, at our holiday show, you are going to do exactly that. And that's how we're going to close the entire thing. So I remember just barely, I imagine there were probably the older girls who help, if you've seen a dance recital, the older students will always help the little ones and be like, oh, go out now. So I feel like in my mind, there's like a vague memory of someone being like, okay, Kirsten, go now. Like ran out to the center stage and slid into the splits and all the lights were shining. And you could see like cameras flashing in the audience from all the parents. And it was just such a really cool experience. So that was my first memory of being on stage and I loved it. But the first time I wanted to be an actress, I actually think it's one of those things that I wanted to do for a really long time, but I was afraid to speak to it. Because when I was 10 was the first time I did a play. I did a regional production of Broadway Kids, and me and my 3 sisters all went to audition together, and I got cast. And so that was one of the first times like in my life where we all didn't get to have the same thing. We all wanted it, I guess, but I got it, which was interesting. And it was, again, one of those moments where just like singing and dancing on stage, like it's really fun to sing and dance on stage. I know all of you guys have done that before, right?
Nah.
Why?
I'm still like even younger. I just wanted to be behind the scenes. That's just me. I laugh and joke and talk about it all the time. I'm more like Russell Simmons. You get on stage. Thank you for coming out. Have a good night. That's just me. Short and sweet.
I feel you.
Oh,
It'd be like that.
I like that.
That's why it's pretty interesting me filming myself. It's out of comedy and it's just a film, but it's interesting because I don't want to do the talking, but I'm like, just because I just want to have fun and I want to film, I'm like, why not?
Yes, it has to be me, right? Me, myself, and I, your best resources.
All right, Wayne, same question.
Well, I think like my earliest memory is of just like me entertaining like my family, like always trying to get people to laugh. Like TV was like a big thing growing up. I would watch like The Honeymooners and I Love Lucy, Gilligan's Island, The Monkeys, you know, like shit like that. And I would see like, okay, this got a reaction from like my mom. Like she laughed. So then it was like, okay, how can I get her to do that again? You know what I'm saying? Like, but to me, so a lot of things was like mimicking TV, Cosby Show, like, you know, like I know it's kind of like bad times to like mention Cosby, but it was like when they got with the, you know, when they got with the big family and then they started singing and putting on performances, stuff like that. I always kind of like, yo, I want to do that. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know about in the sense of like, I wanted to be an actor and as more as like, I just want to entertain people. You know what I'm saying? Like comedy was like it's like a big thing growing up with me. Like, it's just like, I know that can cut the tension. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, growing up in a black hole, there's a household, there's tension there all the time. But it's just like to get that little reprieve, just like that little second of like laughter and everybody can like kind of break down. That's kind of always been my thing. But when I wanted to be an actor, yeah, like I say, it's around that same time. Like, I guess like my mom loved comedies. My pops was more of a action flick type of person. So like when it goes towards movies, I'm a little more action. Like when it's TV, it's more comedy. Like, I don't know if does that make sense, but
No, I feel you.
like I always wanted to be I wanted to be the action star. You know what I'm saying? Like I wanted to grow up in like the Van Dams, the Stallones. These are the, you know, Rocky, Mr. T.
Okay.
Like these are the things that I kind of grew up on. That I was like, yo, I kind of like honed in. So yeah, it's that.
Oh, sorry. Devon, can you write an action script for us? Can I be like the damsel in distress?
See, so see that's the thing. That's the thing about, so you remember the Western, it's gonna be an action. The thing that I'm keeping away from you is this thing that we're doing now. I'm gonna show you the surprise as it goes along.
Okay.
But wait. Do you know how to drive a stick shift?
No.
Do you know how to drive a motorcycle?
No, but I can learn.
Okay, no. This is fantastic because I have this one part. Like I want to be a damsel in distress, and I want it to be like an apocalypse sort of thing, and I want to be with somebody who is like, the only car we have available is a stick shift, and like you're going and you're like hard and you're going to like save the day, but like you can't get it to work, and it's like, okay, move over, I got you. And then the car like breaks down, and we're looking around for something. We find a motorcycle, and it's like, God damn it, how does it work? And it's like, okay, I got you. And just like, you know, just like a little moment of comedy. That's all. But you're the action star.
The car didn't break down. He just didn't clutch properly.
I got to put a clutch out, man.
The clutch.
But yeah, like and then I kind of want to like being an actor, like taking it somewhat serious. I would say I would have to give that credit to my Spanish teacher, Miss Lopez, because I didn't want to act. Like I said, I wanted to entertain. I would have like loved to entertain, but acting wasn't like a thought. It wasn't even like possible. I wouldn't even know how to go about acting or where to go act, you know, and stuff like that. She just like, I was just going to be part of the stage crew. That's what I wanted to do. I was like, I just wanted to work the lights, you know, pull the curtains shut, hang out with my homeboys. And then she was just like, nah, you little too active. Like, cause I always was cracking jokes. And she was just like, nah, you want to be part of this play. And I was like, all right, cool. I'm thinking something small. And then she was like, no, you're going to be, this was West Side Story. She was like, action. And I was like, I'm like, all right, what's action? And then she was like, you gotta sing, you gotta dance. I was like, whoa, you know, like shit. I don't know anything about singing and dancing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I know I can tap my feet and I have rhythm and stuff, but like to really like sing for the house, for the family, you know, like, yeah.
Not to cut you off, but do you guys know how Mekhi Phifer got into acting?
Nah.
Does anybody know the story of Mekhi Phifer?
Michelle Pfeiffer? Or
Mekhi Phifer.
It's Mekhi. Is that the blonde woman?
Mekhi Phifer is a black actor.
Okay, sorry.
Does it, so his first role was on Clockers, and
Oh shit, yeah.
he just stood on a line. It was a long line, and he just got on the line. He was like, he didn't know what was going on. He thought he was giving something out. And he
It was
gets
an
to
open casting call?
the area where they're interviewing, and he goes, "What is this for?" And the guy just like looks at him, and like he gave him these lines to say, and he said them, and before you know it, he was a part of a movie. But he got online, he didn't even know what the line was for.
Mhm.
So
You
I
gotta
mean,
do-
your calling is
You
your
got
calling.
a role by accident.
Yeah, it's like pretty much. And then she just like, I don't know if she was looking for a role. I don't know if this was somebody else's role. She was just like, I need to get this dude's energy here, like on stage. And like that made me take it seriously as like I'm kind of bullshit. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I kind of bullshitted. I learned my lines, but I kind of bullshitted, didn't really act, but when I got on stage, like something kind of took over. And like I got a standing ovation like a couple of times, and I was like, "Oh shit! Like this is a thing." And everybody, "Oh, you did your thing." And I was like, I always wanted to do this, but I didn't know. But yeah, that's when I kind of like acting is something I can do, and that's a possibility. That was it.
All right. Oh,
It's tough.
I had to
Nah,
write notes and shit.
my story is just as similar as Wayne's. Like I didn't want to be an actor. I never thought I would be an actor. Like hell, I never took an acting class before. But like high school, I had to do theater, and like even when I did that, I didn't like really take it seriously. I played a role as Charlie Brown, and then like I did that, and we did like a little bit of improv as well, and then like that was it. Like that was the closest thing I've done to acting. But like I like to believe I was a funny guy, but like I used to make people laugh and stuff, joke around, and like my friends would be like, "Yo, like bro, you need to do comedy, like, and all that extra stuff." And then when I went to college, I wanted to be a broadcaster. I knew I wanted to be like in like the TV realm, but I thought like one day I wake up, see me on Sports Center, hosting Sports Center or something like that. But then after some circumstances, I ended up leaving. But it was after my second stint of college when I took a public speaking class, and I had to tell like a personal story in like a minute. And I told a famous ice story, and everybody in the whole classroom started dying. That's when I was like, I feel like I could do this. Like I could do it. That's when I was like, no, let me download Backstage. Let me do my homework. Let me try to get some roles.
and you were found.
Yeah, I was found by you.
To the next level.
Word. I got lucky.
All right, so we're gonna go back to Kirsten. Is there anything or anyone that inspired you?
My sister Elise, actually. Well, actually, so my sister Elise and then my grandma Dolores. When I was, I want to say 11, I saw Elise perform as Maria in a scene from West Side Story, and it was so incredible. And I was just like, wow, I wouldn't be able to do stuff like this. I want to be like her. And then my grandma Dolores was an actor for a huge portion of her life. She actually came out, she's from California as well, and she came out to New York, and her friend tried to create a theater company one winter, but it was so cold it didn't go, and she had to go back to California. And she ended up being the drama teacher at the local high school, and she passed away when I was 4. And it was interesting because my family lived in a handful of different places, and we were in Salt Lake City until I was 12, and then we moved back to California at that time, and we moved back to my mom's hometown. And so when I went to high school, there were teachers there who remembered my grandma. There were, I think, my French teacher had worked with her and had like sung with her, and the theater that was in the high school my grandma designed. And so it was one of these amazing legacies where everything that was there was kind of just like this generational, it felt like a generational gift, and it felt like a homecoming in a way, being able to go to the theater in that high school.
And I'm going to hit you with one more question. If you were given an opportunity to work with any actor, actress, who would it be and why?
Oh my gosh. Helena Bonham Carter is actually one of the first people who came to mind. I love her. I think she's such an incredible character actress, but just actress in general. And she does evil so like juicy and deliciously and so just luscious. I just recently rewatched Harry Potter and her as Beatrix Bax, or I'm so sorry, I'm messing up her name, but she was amazing in that. And being able, if I could like do a scene with her, but where we were peas in a pod and I got to be evil with her, that would be
Sounds like
incredible.
I'm gonna have to make an evil role for you one of these days.
Yeah.
All right, Wayne, if you were to be given the opportunity to work with an actor or actress, who would it be and why?
That's such a, I'm not gonna lie to you, that's such a hard list. That could be a very long one, but the only names that came to mind is two for right now. And there's probably a lot of people I'm leaving on the table besides like your Denzels and stuff like that. Is I said the person that really got me into movies, even though like I said, it's action flicks, I would say Richard Pryor. Like it's somebody I would love to work with. And the second person is like I said, it's totally left. It's Carol Burnett. I used to love the Carol Burnett show. I love variety shows. That kind of opened up the door for like stuff like Living Single for me and SNL and stuff like that. Those are like the shows that really like kind of like grab me. Even though I don't think I'm like funny on camera, I'm more of a funny person in person. So those are two people that I would love to like work with. Like really is like Richard Pryor, like Carol Burnett. Like those were like the people that kind of like got my mind going when it came to like acting and stuff like that, or putting on a performance, I should say.
Okay. And the other question is there anything or anyone that inspired you to become an actor?
To be honest,
well, you said your teacher earlier.
My family, like, yeah, my family is hilarious. Like it's like nonstop comedy. I don't know if that's like a West Indian thing. Maybe it's a black thing. Like I don't know all households, but like growing up, with Haitian family, like it's always comedy. It's like you're getting at each other. It's like it's constant jokes. Y'all constantly cracking on each other, or y'all trying to make each other laugh. It's just a variety show in itself. You know what I'm saying? It's comedy, it's drama, but it was a lot. It's a lot of comedy. Everybody got something to say. Everybody talk like like real slick, like cutting their teeth under their breath. It's just a combo of stuff. Like, so I say my family inspires me.
And you got anyone or anything that inspired you?
The first, as I said, I had like a few friends who, as I said, had a rough time. I got kicked out of school. So I was back in the city, and some of my closest friends that I knew since elementary school were like telling me like, yo, like we used to chill in the crib and like we used to just talk about life, how shit ain't going right for us. And like I used to crack jokes, and then they was like, yo, like you got a talent, bro. Like why you don't go into comedy or something like that? Like I've been telling you for years you could be a comedian. And I was like, word. And I just sat on it, and then like that basically motivated me to go into acting. Like that, my few friends, and like my teacher from college when I took that public speaking. Because we also did like another project where they was like, yo,
are those the same friends that was at the premiere?
No, I knew those people too, but like the ones that I'm talking about, they were my closest friends, but they were in college at the time of the premiere, so they couldn't even make it because they're athletes.
Okay.
So, and the teacher from college, and we had a project we had to do, And then I was like, yo, I want to do something in entertainment. And she actually gave me like that, a little that push. Was like, you know, I could actually see you doing it. After that first story, she was like, I could definitely see you being like a entertainer or something. That's when I was like, you know what, let me be serious about this.
Okay. Is there an actor or actress you would like to work with, or?
Oh man, I mean, for TV, I would love to work with Chris Rock or Jerry Seinfeld, because as I said, I'm a comedy guy, and I've loved Seinfeld, and I loved Everybody Hates Chris. So like, come on, like that's just the no-brainer. That's just something I want to do. And for movies, like I would love to work with. I mean, like I like his movies because they're action-packed. Is Quentin Tarantino, I think his name, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Him. But I heard he got like a weird foot fetish, so I don't know about all that. But you know, I do like
He
his
likes to,
movies though.
well, he admitted that he likes to blow himself up in everything that he plays in.
Yeah, he
And
does.
he pretty much does.
He a weirdo, but like I mean, I love his movies though.
I mean, I don't want to get in front of the camera, but if I was to get in front of the camera, there's two guys that I would like to work with, and that's Denzel and John Hamm. I think
Okay.
I like sarcasm, and those two guys, if you ever watch how they play or act during sarcasm, I think that it's the best I've ever. It's so believable. Like when you, and I've always wanted. So I wrote a script a while ago that I put into SAG, and it was basically Denzel versus John Hamm. So Denzel's character is not bad, but he got caught up in something, and John Hamm is the detective that's investigating him. And there's like, I'm gonna give it to you guys one of these days. I'm gonna give you a scene from my script where they're basically have a sarcasm banter back and forth, because John Hamm knew that this was the guy that he's looking for, but Denzel's character, the way he was giving it to him, he like John Hamm is like, this guy, he's getting frustrated, but inside he knows that he has the person, but the frustration is that, like, how are you going to prove it? First off, Denzel's character is also a cop whose son was killed by a cop, so that's where he's trying to do the right thing by giving him the benefit of the doubt, but he knows that this is the guy that he needs to be finding. So it's just the sarcasm. If you ever watched, I don't know, you guys probably watched The Town. If you watch The Town, I mean, John Hamm, detective character is just like perfect, because he knows that these guys are the bad guys, but of course these guys are going to do what they can just to not be in jail.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things that I don't know. I love sarcasm. Even though like sometimes like when people are giving it to you, you're like, you want to curse them out, but that's things that you would do.
Yeah.
But you like it. I don't know. Those are the two guys.
That's two good picks.
And the last question, where do you see your, you guys could just take these whenever you guys are ready, or whenever the other person's finished. Where do you guys see yourself in the next couple years?
Oh man, who gonna go first?
Anybody.
I'll go first. Like, hopefully I'm acting in 5 years, and I also want to like coach football as well. That's kind of like what I have been doing for the last like two years. Like I like coaching kids, like even if it's not football, there's like personal training and stuff like that. I like helping children, and yeah, just hopefully acting and making
take the word hopefully out.
Well, I mean, acting. I'm sorry.
In this instance, I mean, we should always think, that's what we want to do, because, I keep saying this all the time. I love being around you guys, because what I've read and what I've learned in when you want to be an actor, actress, or filmmaker, when you surround yourself with people like-minded, the things that they want to do. So me personally, I understand that I love football. I'm football is like my life. I definitely plan on doing something in football in the future. Um, and by the way, Barry Sanders is the best running back of all time. I just want to throw that in there. um, you should think of, just doing something in film, something in theater. I mean, me personally, like
Yep.
I want to do this until I can't do this anymore. And I
Yeah.
started out in 2009, and I'm chipping away at it. I think I felt so good when I came across you guys. The only problem was, COVID, because I had so many things
To be honest.
ready for this 2019 2020 year, and it's just like, you put yourself on hold because of something that's pretty serious. The only thing that I took time out to actually do certain things, so implement certain things. I've actually started to buy the proper tools to make sure that when we do start filming again, that everything is there. I mean, I bought refurbished iPads because eventually I'm gonna get this new audio recorder that is top of the line, and basically the iPad is going to be remote controlled. So basically, if the person is not near or doesn't want to carry around the big heavy audio recorder, here it is. They can use the iPad to Bluetooth and make sure that we're getting the audio while having a wireless headset. So I mean, me personally, take hopefully out, and just, if this is truly your dream, you just got to keep on chipping away at it.
Yeah, stay on my grind, like pretty much. Like, yeah, just because I promised myself like 2 years ago, unfortunately, when I lost my mom's, like, I'm gonna start being a little bit more selfish. You know what I'm saying? Like, make sure that I try to reach my aspirations and stuff like that. Like, because I always kind of been putting stuff on hold for like everybody else. So now I'm like, let me just start being goal orientated for myself. So like right now, this is kind of like my selfish part of my life right now. You know what I'm saying? Do something for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
But what about you, Owen?
In 5 years, man, hopefully our mockumentary ends up blowing up. You feel me?
Hope out.
Get rid of that word. Hopefully.
Or actually, it is going to blow up.
Let's hope for some. Let's hope for summer. But your goals, and dreams and aspirations, you want to definitely go for.
All the scripts that I've been writing the past years, we're gonna bring them to life. And in 5 years, man, I want to be in a DC movie. I want to play a superhero. Y'all ever watch Static Shock?
No.
I want to play Static. You don't know Static Shock.
You may keep that here, bro.
Well, so with that being said, I think you would do a better job than Jamie Foxx.
Who, me?
Yeah,
that's crazy. Now,
because I didn't like Jamie Foxx as that character.
Really?
I don't know.
You gotta watch the show Static Shock. It's a cartoon based off
I watch all cartoons.
Static.
Don't trust me. I'm a DC Marvel. I watch them all.
Yep. So I want to play Static. That's what I hope to be in 5 years. But aside from that, I hope that, not even hope, my mockumentary that we got planned in, the short films, the skits, all of that. We trying to put them out there.
Well, I'm definitely gonna do the short skit of you getting fired. Already been looking at to make the logo for the shirts. Your man Wayne over here is gonna be your buddy. I just gotta find a man that we can throw a sticker on, for a fake like food company, and then we're gonna definitely gonna go.
Can I play the recruiter?
Word,
Can I play the recruiter?
Of course.
Definitely.
Yo, that's crazy. Yo. Also, like, yo, there's so much crazy. It's all because of this virus going on. Like, we have so much stuff planned out, and it's unfortunate that we have to put them on hold. But like, I mean,
Mhm.
as long as we know, as long as we got the same, like, we still got the same mindset as before, man. I feel like we good money.
Like I said, it just gives me time to prep. So it's a good
Yeah.
time for everyone to think about what they want to do and how they want to go about it. Me personally,
Yep.
I'm always gonna um, think film. I definitely want it more than money. So you guys, if that's what you want, you guys got to keep on thinking. I'm
Yeah.
like I said, I'm here. You guys need, or if you guys have an idea, we'll put it on the calendar and we'll take it stride by stride. We already
Yep.
started Kirsten's. We were supposed to do O's during the summer. I'm dying to finish Kirsten's because I like the idea. And I was waiting to see it all put together, and
I know.
COVID happens.
I
It's
want
just
the
like
footage. Can I get
it's
the
just like
footage just so I can play around with it?
sure. It's just like
Oh.
it's just like Kevin Hart. When Kevin Hart said when his uncle said, if y'all know where cancer's at, let him know I'm looking for him. So
Word.
let COVID know I'm looking for him.
That
Oh,
is
Oh,
that.
man.
bro.
Kirsten,
Yeah. I am working towards being a producer, a showrunner, and a star. I think it's imperative, especially as a female, and especially I'm 30 now. I was just on a live stream earlier and it was like, yeah, like women who are 35, their roles drop off dramatically, and that pisses me off. But also, I think for I play bitches. I'm like a smiling bitch. And so in one hand it's like, oh man, that's too bad, but I've never been the ingenue. So that was never the casting that I'm missing out on. It's more of this like exciting, like I was saying, Helena Bonham Carter, like playing like those mean, powerful, bossy, like like juicy roles. So I'm excited for that. But with that, I am, like I said, working towards creating my own content. And thanks to you, Devon, like we're making that happen and just building up a portfolio, building up a skill, building up ideas and expertise, and also a community of people so that we aren't, you can't do it alone. You have to go it together. And so it's really exciting to know that we're creating a team to get there. So in 5 years, I think it's all possible if we just put that effort in.
yeah, we're gonna get you behind the camera too. You know that, right? I was telling Maria that I was like, I think that you guys understanding what it is to be behind the camera, because eventually every actor becomes a director of some sort, and some of them are the better directors than people who's been directing before them. My favorite director besides Steven Spielberg is Ron Howard. I don't know if you guys seen Happy Days, but here it is, this young actor
I have.
back in the day becomes this great director, and like I've watched footage of him directing cast, and I was like, you know what, as time goes on, I want to be as effective as he is on set, because I mean he gets the nooks and the crannies in there, and I'm like, I sat there and I that's why I said this time that we're our home, I'm focused on like what I want, and I'm gonna go after it aggressively once this is all said and done. And on set with the Western is where I know that I'm gonna have to be real aggressive, because I've watched a lot of I watch film, period. B movies, silent movies. I just love film, and sometimes it's bad for me to critique, but sometimes you're like, okay, I don't want mine to to look like it's just shot. I want mine to be like, damn, that's a good film. Because I watched a film the other day that was really good. It was actually produced, I think, through Lionsgate, but and it had two good actors in there, Ron Perlman and why am I forgetting this guy's name? I forgot the guy's name, but you guys know who Ron Perlman is.
Not-
Do not.
What the heck is his name? Something boy. What the hell? He plays like the devil. It's like makeup. He does a lot of, so okay, you saw Beauty. I'm not saying that you guys have to watch this, but Beauty and the Beast, the character, the guy that played Beauty and Beast, he does a lot of makeup films, but
Okay.
occasionally he does play actual people. Hellboy.
Oh,
That's-
okay.
Hellboy is Perlman. And the thing is, I watched the film, and I don't know if it was the footage itself, but I find myself comparing movies, and that's an issue, because I shouldn't do that. But I compare it to something great, like like something that Steven Spielberg would do, like Saving Private Ryan. So then when you think of those two, you're like, okay, well, it's missing something, and I'm trying to stay away from that. But I said that to say that I want to be Steven Spielberg instead of just being a plain Jane filmmaker. Because when you look at something, if it doesn't come across the way you wanted it to, then it's not the same. I want to be able to say, all right, this making a theater.
You want people
And I think
to see a movie and be like, that's a
That's
Devin
my
Benton
frustration
movie.
when say
No,
again.
but I get it with the whole Spielberg thing, because Spielberg is like, he like brings you into the world. You know what I'm saying? Like he's kind of just like, this is how this works and all that. So you kind of get engulfed in his films. So
Yeah, well-
every moving part is like telling the story in itself.
Well, it's because it's somewhat realistic, because like Saving Private Ryan, after I watched that, I mean, I watch a lot of war films, like the actual wars, the footage that some guys go out and do while the war is going on. And when you watch Steven Spielberg's Saving Private Ryan, it looks exactly like what was going on, and that's what you want to get. You want it to be more realistic than anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Devon, I was saying that you want people to watch your film and be like, that's a Devon movie. Like, it's that good.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Oh yeah, and Kirsten, even though you're 30, you look no younger than 21. Just saying.
Oh, that's weird because 21-year-olds look like babies to me.
I'm 21, so that means I'm
I
a
haven't
baby.
seen a 21-year-old that looked like a baby yet.
Thank
Right?
you.
Do I look
I
like a baby?
appreciate
I'm
it.
21. You're very welcome. But no, as Kirsten was saying, Devon, like you really gave me a reason to start actually writing. Because when I told you I was writing that mockumentary, that was like a back thought. That was like, yo, if I somehow become a comedian and I somehow make it, and they want me to pitch a show, this is definitely going to be it. And I just left it in a notebook and I stashed it under my bed. Didn't even think about it till we had that talk in the car. And literally the next day, I was like, I got to start writing.
Got to do it. You got to do it. You got to think about it. So the book that I wrote, that I finally got published, I published myself in 2017. I wrote that originally, I think in 2006, and it was in a notebook. And I literally searched for that notebook for a while. I think I found it, and then I lost it again. But you know what? Sometimes, like when you write it, it's already in your head. And I rewrote it and I finished it. One of my friends that was at the premiere, she had a publisher, and I was surprised that she even published the book. And I got that information, and I published my book. Well, I got it edited through her. So that's one thing that like you if you surround yourself with people that are like-minded, then you're gonna get where you want to get. That's why I love this group, because we're pushing each other to where we want to be. And the thing is, it takes time, but as long as we keep on chipping away, eventually we're gonna be where we want to be.
Yeah.
Facts. Big facts.
Well, with that, thank you guys. So appreciate the time. What have you guys done this week that been pushing yourself forward or like striving
Well, I
for a
can't do
little more?
shit because I've been fasting. Because fasting was last week Friday, so I can't do
Yeah.
anything.
Is that all month or just for 10 days?
Yeah, it's for 30. It's for 30 days, and I can't do
Yeah.
anything. I can't watch TV. I can't be on my phone. I can't be on
Wait,
social
how are you
media.
doing this?
It's rough. Cause this is different. It's like a video call. I know nothing crazy gonna happen. So if I go on Instagram, like, I mess around, see like a titty or some shit, and that's
Oh, are
and
you
it's
not
over.
allowed to like
my fasting
take care of yourself either?
is broken. You know what I mean? So, like,
Oh wow. Why do people do this to themselves? I don't get it.
you said what?
I'm being disrespectful. I'm glad you didn't hear me.
Stop it. Stop it.
Build strong minds, man. Discipline.
Like,
Oh.
yeah.
I wish I had a little bit
Oh.
more in my life. I'll tell you that but sometimes.
Yeah,
I can't
same.
watch. Like yesterday, like there was nothing.
You know.
Like yesterday, there was nothing to do. I tried watching TV, but I was like, yo, I can't put nothing on right now that's like not crazy. Besides Seinfeld, but I literally watched that show like so many times. So I'm
Yeah, I've watched that about a bazillion times, and I laugh
Yeah.
each time.
Yep, because it's just so relatable.
Yo, Steinfeld's my joint right there. That shit is hilarious.
Yeah. Comedy, and also
You know what?
Frasier.
I'm gonna start watching Curb. Like, you know what? I'm gonna rewatch Curb.
Yo, you gotta watch it.
So
I gotta
I'm gonna
rewatch-
tell you guys
I'm
something you guys need to watch
first
that's out
so I can
now.
do it, man.
Me personally, like I was thinking of when Kirsten was saying that she wants to be this evil person. Ozark has a young lady. She's 20 years old. She
I've been
actually
That's what I've been hearing. Everybody been trying to tell me about Ozark.
It's actually pretty good. So here it is. This young lady about this big is running dudes, and even the sheriff, the sheriff police said that she is the most evilest person. And when I first saw the person, I was like, "How's this person evil?" But
Is she the little blonde one? Julia, what's her last name?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I
She's
don't remember.
amazing.
And
So-
I was like, when
good.
I saw her, I was like, wow, that's a pretty. She has a pretty good role. Like, I mean, it's believable because here it is. One of the scenes was the two idiot guys that are on the show. They purchased bobcats, and they said that the market is pretty good for them. You could get so much money. And here it is.
Mm-hmm.
She tells him, she's like, do me a favor, get in there. And I'm like, and the guy was like, oh, what are you serious? I'm not getting in there. And she pulls the gun and she goes, yeah, get in there. She puts them in there, locks it, and she tells them, have a good night. And he was
crazy.
So the one guy just looks at the other guy and said, what the, you fucking idiot. And here it is. They had to spend the night in there with these, they were cubs, luckily, these two bobcat dogs.
I still wouldn't do it.
I love that role. I would love to play that role.
I'm definitely, you're definitely gonna like my idea then.
Oh man,
I watched the first episode, but it's too graphic. It's too graphic at a time like this. At a holy month like this, so I need to chill. You said, "What? You trying to play a hero?"
That's how I was like, I would love to play the villain, but I would love to play the hero too, man. Like, put me in anywhere.
Wait, I think we could do like a short, like a 3-minute short action video, like escape, like the end of the world sort of escape something, and just have you be like a muscle and like go for it. Just like a really short kind of like teaser, probably like 2 lines and all of it.
He's all for it.
I'm like, yo, that's almost like every kid's dream. Like, oh
Right?
man, just to be in something like just action packed. Like,
could like a fight scene. Have you done like, can we like unarmed stage, like, oh, like so fun, or like a fight with like pipes and stuff, do like they like have like almost like sword and shield, but get like a pipe and then like a piece of, I don't know, aluminum, and like be fighting.
That sounds like a Saturday night in the Bronx.
My fault. I just I watched something on IG. It was these two Asian guys, and they did like this little kung fu flick inside. Like it was like literally maybe a minute, because I think that's really how IG works, right? It's like a minute.
Yeah.
To put on there. They work like a whole fight scene in 1 minute. I was just like, yo, this shit is amazing. Like, yeah, I like
saying IG, just a regular IG or the IGTV, because the IGTV you could do it longer.
No, I
Just
think it was
IG, you watch for a minute,
real
then you
short.
get pushed
Yeah.
over to IG.
But it was
if
amazing.
doesn't
I was just like, wow. I was like, yo, they really took the time to do it. I'm like, yo, man, I'm playing.
I mean,
do you want to fight a girl? Can we have like a
So,
whole like? We could
I've
do
I
a
don't mind
whole
getting my
thing.
ass kicked by a girl.
so I've always wanted to do action. I haven't really wrote any like true action, because I love the sci-fi world. And I was said to myself that I want to do the green screen. So I've been trying to figure out how I can create a sci-fi world, and throw in action along with it. So maybe that's something that we can eventually do once these other projects are done, because you can't put too much. I mean, if I can come up with a short, like a really short idea, then we can work on it. But I
Yeah,
definitely
and
want
I've
to do action.
Connections for people who can choreograph for us, who are like professional and do it at high levels, and like see about getting their rates and getting them in to do a short choreograph with us. I think that would be super fun. And they even know how to like work with camera operators to move it, or they have connections with people who do action, who are DP specifically for action. So see about pulling everybody together, and then just have you be like the creative director, like writing the story and overseeing the entire thing if you wanted, or if you want to shoot, but whatever.
Well, they're probably going to be come in handy once we do the Western, because like I told you, I wanted to do that one scene where basically the camera is going to actually spin around the whole of you, because you're surrounded.
That's tough.
Gun action would be have to be pretty quick.
Yeah, that's dope. I'm over here
Dope.
picking down my head like, like how
You said
it
what?
look. Take a whole 360
Bro,
around.
my hair is looking rough right now. I need to get a haircut ASAP.
How, man? Ain't nothing open.
That's what I'm saying. Like once this shit opens, man, I'm going to the barbershop like faster than the speed of light, man. I'm gonna be out.
You got
Yo,
to
Wayne.
learn how to do it yourself,
Right?
because
Let
right
my
now,
dad do it for me.
I want to hit up my barber, but I've been doing it myself. I don't have much,
Yeah,
but
for years.
I still line it up myself, and it's not
That's
too
just-
bad.
Whoop.
Well, that's
Or, you
easy.
know, or,
Like-
That's easy.
or
Like
just-
this
But
right here
here-
was hard, man. I'm
Here
not
I have to
trying
take
to
my
hit
time.
myself with a direct light because
I have a little bit coming out.
it looked good in
Not
the
fully there
mirror.
yet.
It
You
looked
lost
good in the
yours?
mirror, and I was like, "Yo, it's just enough shade going on over here that you can't really see what's going on."
I think we lost
Yo,
Kieran.
Wayne,
What's up?
I want you to. I talked to Devon about some skit I want to do called Cash App. I'll tell you about it later. But like, I want you to play like the guy who's trying to sell me candy.
I
Like,
definitely.
if